Welcome back everyone to Lore of the Shadow. Today we're here with Eluna, our Scout Warrior Instructor, who is taking us to the middle of nowhere, where we are to help her train the latest set of Scouts. That is the case, isn't it?
Nice of you to finally arrive. What took you so long?
What took me so long? Well, I had to find a missing boy and kill some Avok along the way, but I did eventually find you here. And oh yes, I had a lot of trouble finding you, by the way. This place is in the middle of nowhere, and there is a ridge line that runs right in the path that I chose. I eventually had to come in from the north. I hope you're able to get here from the south also, because getting here from the west is not an option. Well, anyway, I don't think that's what you wanted me to
Have you
say.
had to look after 3 teenagers in the wilderness for a week straight? Oh, that'll exhaust anyone.
I have 3 cadets, Margaret, Darian, and Murig. They're great pupils with lots of potential. While I am a teacher, they're old enough to take on responsibilities of their own. I would like for you to help teach them with the task where they're working on. I think it would be helpful for them to play the teacher for once. Darren is the clever fellow right next to me. Margate is over by Bloodhollow proper. Last I saw, she was taking a little break after felling a few of the beasts. Murig is downhill by the river. What will I be doing? I have had a long week. I might go for a nap. Have you had to look after 3 teenagers in the wilderness for a week straight? That'll exhaust anyone. I noticed the text says children, but she said teenagers, and, well, I have a feeling either would do it. Anyway, they look more like teens, so they probably updated the voiceover, but not the text. Here we go. Darren?
Devodiad, hello. My name is Devin, and I have a slightly morbid request to make of you.
Oh? Yes, my specialty lies in the study of plants, especially those with peculiar properties. I have a slightly morbid request to make of you. The wargs to the east have piled the bones of their victims in a rather dramatic fashion. You'll note that some of those bones have vines with purple flowers growing from them. Could you pluck some for me? Yes. Oh, as you should know, I asked Margaret to gather some, and she made this incredible discovery that this plant is poisonous to the touch. Well, perhaps you should wear gloves. Poisonous to the touch. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. Ah, poisonous to the touch. Right. Does that mean seriously poisonous or an ash like poison ivy? Who knows? Now, where are those bones? Or were those other scouts? Those wargs are supposedly out in this direction somewhere. Or at least the bones I'm supposed to be collecting. Oh, I'm in. We're all supposed to be around Bloodhollow? Oh, hold on. What do we got over here? This is... Oh, Mark A. Hello?
Take down a few wargs, and at least one of the really big ones. Try not to get yourself killed.
Old man Talfrin said that we should be stewards of the land, both as a sign of respect to the wildlife of this place, as well as for the sake of our new neighbors. The wargs in this area will endanger that safety, as they attack all living beings from sight, even without any hunger. Perhaps facing them will be the best way for me to contribute. But Eluna said that we should give you work to do. Alright, I don't understand what her goal is in asking us to do that, but I suppose I could take a break. Why don't you go thin out the pack for me? Take down a few wargs and at least one of the big ones. Try not to get yourself killed. I'll take care of every warg that you can't handle. Alright. Fine. I suppose that. Melee in Bloodhollow. Alright, no, those aren't the amethyst nightshades I'm supposed to be finding. Oh, but that does look like a warg. Ah! A measly warg. Yeah. Now, something about this zone where it looks like the quests here are designed so that you could go from Mossward to either the Hobbit villages or to the Dunlending village, and as a result of that, they have made the quests of the two areas about the same level. Thus, when you finish one of the areas, it's very likely that you are a bit high on the level for the other one. But you don't want to be skipping any of the quests, because if you do that, you may find yourself a little short on the quest when you get to Cardoline. I think the leveling is a little bit more balanced when you get to Cardoline. I guess we'll find that out when we get there. But there'll be a bit of a level jump reaching Cardoline if you go and skip any of the quests that are here. At least that was... Oh, I finally got Enmity of the Wolves. Alright. But, well, what I do need is to find more of those. Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. There we go. Make sure I don't skip any of the Amethyst Nightshade. Oh. I was thinking that there were only... I didn't realize that a lot of them are going to be all bunched up like this. Okay. This one's going to be tough. There's the Nightshade, there's the Warg. I guess I could try to time this. Geronimo! Oops, a daisy. Alright, well... perhaps that wasn't the most elegant drop. Maybe I should have found a less crunchy route and one where I could bring the bear with me. Well, I am a little bit over leveled for this, so perhaps it didn't matter all that much. Now, where's the oh, look at that. There's a nice sloping route up and down in here now. Oh, down there. Ah, here we go. The last of the Nightshade. Oh, there's even some here. Good, so we can take that to Darwin. Oh yes, I'm supposed to find the Warg Pack leader. I completely forgot about the Warg Pack leader. A Warg Pack leader. Probably back up where I was before, right? Actually, that's one of the leaders right there. I was probably practically on top of it when I was starting to go on my search. There you go. Now, we could talk to two of them, but we do have one more left. As soon as I deal... Oh! Well... Apparently she wasn't quite dead. And past the wargs to the north, we have MAGIX.
My task is to find a reliable source of water for our scouting party.
You must be the adventurer that Instructor Luna has told me about. Yes, I know I was to report back already, but I have yet to complete my work. My task is to find a reliable source of water for our scouting party. With such a great river near us, I thought this would be simple. The presence of Bloodhollow nearby complicated things. I'm concerned that its proximity may contaminate the water somehow. I'm working on a concoction that Darren taught me to make. When added to the water, it can help determine if it is safe for us to drink. Could you collect samples of water for me? The first sample should be the riverbank near Bloodhollow. The second sample should be from further downriver from Bloodhollow, and the third should be from farther still down the river from Bloodhollow. You get the idea, right? Alright, so seeing how far downriver you have to go. I guess you're assuming that upriver will be safe? Well now, well here's a place nice and close to Bloodhollow. So now I need to go, I think this is downstream. Yes, down this way, through brambles, and eventually I should find a nice, ideal location. I suppose they don't want me to go all the way to Hlangaran in order to get some viable river water. Or at least I'm assuming that's the case. Apparently I had missed the second sampling location. Oh, I needed to go downriver for the first sample. Oh boy, that was a trick question! Or whatever is the direction.
Aye.
What timing! I just finished making the concoction. Burek arranges the samples of water that you collected into 3 separate basins. He then hands you 3 balls of a curious substance. Add 1 lump of the paste to each basin. Let us observe the results. Okay, that was a filler word there. Oh. You didn't know what to call it. Alright, I was having trouble understanding your language there. Alright, here is sample number 1. The paste disperses in the water, rendering it a shade of brown that is best to be not to be described in further detail. I think it's contaminated. What about this? The paste disperses slightly, making the water a little cloudy. Alright? And the concoction sinks to the bottom of the water without dispersing at all.
Perhaps when Margit's bloody work is complete, the waters around Bloodhollow will become more palatable.
Clearly, the soil of Bloodhollow has some effect on the water. For now, I'll make sure to collect water from further downriver to make sure that it is fit for myself and my comrades. Perhaps then, Margit's bloody work will be complete. The waters around Bloodhollow will become more palatable. I'll return to our encampment shortly. Thank you for your aid. Alright. Back to the encampment. Oh yes, I never did return in those other 2 quests. I killed those wargs for you. Looks like she took care of
Maybe
some.
it'd be fun to fight alongside you sometime. Or against you. In a friendly way, of course.
I watched the way that you fought. Your skills are impressive. Maybe the fact that I bring a bear with me. I might have even learned a technique or 2. Oh, drat. That must be why Luna wanted me to enlist your aid. Haha, that was sneaky. In any case, nice work out there. Maybe it'd be fun to fight alongside of you sometime. Or against you. In a friendly way, of course. You know. There we go. And then... let's see. Oh, yes. I now need to deliver the nightshade. Here's the nightshade you ordered.
Though born of death, perhaps these flowers could do much for the living.
Ah, yes. The flowers that I asked for. Darren indicates a mortar for depositing the flowers. You must be curious as to what I plan to do with these. Perhaps I'll concoct some vile poison with which to threaten our new neighbors? Don't be silly. Many poisonous plants have incredible medicinal properties if ingested in the correct quantities. Though born of death, perhaps these flowers could be used for the living. Will I ask you to ingest any and deprive Margaret of the opportunity to prove that she's one of the toughest warriors in our people's storied history? I could never do that to such a dear friend. Oh, thank you on that.
I grow concerned at her unexplained absence.
I take it that you finished the task that Illunis set before you? Speaking of our dear instructor, have you seen her at all as you've been aiding us? She should have been long since returned to us by now. She may be an unconventional teacher, but she's an excellent scout warrior. I grow concerned at the unexplained absence. Wonder what's going on now.
I hope I am worrying over nothing, but my instincts tell me something is wrong.
Iluna said that she was going to investigate something to the northwest of here. I'm going to rally the others to look for her. We should appreciate your continued assistance if you're inclined to lend it to us. I hope I'm worrying for nothing, but my instincts tell me otherwise. Well then, let's go atop a hill to the northwest of Bloodhollow. Well, that is to the northwest, over this way. Based on this, it looks like there is a east to west passage, or I should say west to east passage, going from Plongeron to Bloodhollow. I just completely missed it on my way here. Alright. Well, what do you say about that, Darren?
We are all Devodiad in these lands.
We noticed some concerning tracks on our way here. Margit and Murig are following us on them down below. I'm staying up here to keep a lookout. I have a bad feeling about this adventure. We're best keep our wits about us. Alright, need to rescue Iluna, scout warrior and formidable foe. Oh, that's not a comforting name. Well then, let's head on down there. Well, I might as well take out a wolf or two as I'm heading down there, simply because Enmity of the Wolves, I need to complete that at some point. Something strange happened here.
Go fight in my stead. They'll find Nurik unless you give them someone else to worry about.
Adventurer! You've always seemed to find me just after the fun ends. They're Drygluth. These allows for searching for Iluna. Murig and I agreed to a simple plan. He searches for Iluna while I distract the search party by collaborating them. I took out a few, but these warriors are more fearsome than the beasts of the Bloodhollow. Oh, this wound is nothing, Pinelore. A little pressure and one of Darren's salves should help keep me from living. Go fight in my stead. They'll find Murig unless you give them something else to worry about. Alright, so I need to kill 8 Drygluth warriors. Alright?
What?
And I spy 2 particularly tough warriors among the chaff. Take down either one and I'll disrupt the whole force. Oh, it'll disrupt the whole force. Yes, you're not in a position to disrupt forces at the moment. Alright, so I need to take care of the Dragon Clan, the Drygluth. Alright, here we go. Yes. Now, oh, here's one of the tough ones. Now, concerning the Drygluth, you get this at level 14. And I think this is before Enmity of the Hillmen open up for... So I think Enmity of the Hillmen doesn't start till 19, so you get this nice quest that you'd really love to hunt if you were playing Race of Man, and now... And I don't think it'll count. Now, before, in the old zones, I think it was impossible to run into Dunlendings before you're level 20, because at level 20 you can always do the is at level 20 you have the skirmish that you can do. And usually you didn't start running into hillmen until you reached the North Downs, I think it was. And raise of man deed, for their deed is to kill hillmen and dunlendings. There we go. Not that I'll be worrying about such things, considering that I'm playing a hobbit, so I'm more worried about finding things like wolves and spiders and goblins. Hi there.
Be off with you!
Remind me to thank Darren the next time I see him. That salve works wonders. Also, remind me to slap him in the face because this salve stings worse than a sicklefly. She appears to be in better condition than when I spoke to her last. Yeah. And I also took care of one of their leaders.
Curse these interruptions!
The folks back in Brunir must be furious with us if they're sending out scout warriors.
Darren went ahead to draw the bulk of them away, but we need you to split their forces even further.
Good news. While you were out being a menace, Murik found his way over to me. Iluna is okay, but she's injured. We have to get her out soon, but the Drygluths are blocking the only path that she can manage. Darren went ahead to draw the bulk of the way out, but we need you to split their forces even further. Margaret pulls a horn from her bags and pushes it into your hands. Find a spot away from the road and blow this horn. It's of Drygluth make. It should create enough of an opportunity for us to limp back to Hlangaran. Alright, fine. Lure them out with a diversion. Ooh, sneaky! I only need to go about 150 meters south from where she was. This is a good location. Ah, here's a good location. Oh, I click on the location. A good place to blow the summoning horn. Oh, hello. Yeah, you can fight the bear. Curse you! Defeated the first of the Drygluth. On to the next. Oh, this is just the beginning? Okay. Well, then we'll have to go to the next one. Follow the quest arrow. I have rescuing Iluna set as my focus so that I have a better chance of going in the proper direction. Another good place to blow a horn. And another Drygluth out there. Oh. I must warn the others! They're over here! Oh well. I'm not too sure if that was such a great idea then. Well then, let's see what Iluna has to say. Let's get back up here. Oh boy. One thing about playing hobbits is just about all the flowers in the area just like to get in your way. Iluna seems to be safe for the moment.
Yes?
Hello there! What an eventful day we've all had! Do you regret agreeing to help me out? I owe you a lot, both for looking after my students and for helping to save me. Why don't we say that I owe you a dinner? Once I heal up from my injuries and learn to cook, I'll make you something fancy. Unless you like boiled things. I'm really good at boiling things. Almost makes me wish that I chose yeoman instead, doesn't it? What else?
Welcome, traveler.
I'm still trying to sort out why the Drygluth are here. When we left to settle Hlangaran, it was certainly a source of tension, but Talfrin secured the promise that we'd be left alone. Let me look into this. Oh, don't worry. I promise I'll keep safe. Until I have news. Could you help with some folks that are around here? Oh? What is this? Why were the Drygluth after them? And what do these other people need doing? I guess we'll have to find that out in the next episode of Lore of the Shadow.